Hello and Jai Shri Ram to all of you. So, I don't know what the topic of this video will be. Maybe after recording it, I will decide. But I am not able to decide the topic even after I've composed the material for this video. It has taken around 25 pages of my diary, but the topic is not clear. Maybe it's a collection of many subtopics like laziness, lack of interest, lack of focus, lack of energy, lack of confidence, things like that. So I did a survey on my YouTube channel. If you have taken part in that survey, it is very good. I am so thankful to you. So it was like when you're not able to concentrate in studies, or when you willingly wake up late, or keep lying down on bed the whole day, when you use your mobile, laptop or PC most of the day and night, or when you don't care to stay fit. What things are going on in your mind as a teenager or a youngster? So I had given choices. The first choice was, I don't know why I do it. So it has got 38% votes. Then the second was, there is no urgency. So it got 8% votes. And life feels good like this. This was the third choice. It has got 46%. And then the fourth choice is, I have no goals. It has again got 8% votes. And the last choice with 0% votes is, my parents have enough money. So if we see this, there is almost a tie between the first and the third one, that is, I don't know why I do it, and life feels good like this. The last option, which has 0% votes, my parents have enough money, it is also a major factor, but the kids don't realize this. And because we are focusing on kids' behavior, so we will also focus on, maybe they don't know why they are doing like this. So this is also a factor, that they don't realize that they are allowed to do this because their parents have enough money. I'm not here to lecture you or being sarcastic. So there is a young girl, whenever I visit her, so she has kind of dull or low energy. She was a very good energy girl, but of late there's been low tide in her energy, and I believe that may be a side effect of this pandemic, or I don't know. So whenever I go near her, I visit her, she says, oh what, why do you come with full of so much energy? I mean, she doesn't like it. So I have changed myself. Whenever I visit her, I also speak slowly in a low voice, a melancholic voice and all, so that we can be on the same frequency, and then we can have a conversation. So now let's start with this, because the video might be too long, or maybe in mid of the video I might decide to stop it and make another part. Let's see what happens. Nothing is pre-planned except the material. So now let's focus on the symptoms, as I told you in the survey also, but let's cover more points. So they eat mostly junk food. Apart from staying awake late and using mobile, TV, laptop, then there is less or no physical activity, no exercise. Then there is no or very less or unwilling contribution at home. Then these youngsters or teenage kids are angry, irritating or sad, and then they have developed some addictions, which is true. So I will be, viewing my diary again and again because there is so much to discuss. And I don't want to lecture you, but take it as a conversation, a healthy conversation between you and me, because if you click on these motivational videos, then they will try to fill you with energy and they will tell you what to do, what not to do. But it's like if you have a headache, the underlying cause might be something else. But if you keep on eating the tablet for headache, that is crocin or saridon, you might get rid of the headache temporarily, but maybe it's a serious problem. So what my concern is that I want to go deep down to the root cause of the problem, and that can only be done when you are with me. I am already with you, but you also have to be with me. So maybe during some stages of this video I will speak a little slower, maybe I will speak very fast. So let's see what will be the mood of this video, because this video is so special for me. I don't want to hurt any of you. Yes, I want to solve the problems and not make you feel guilty or things like that. So, when the parents and teachers scold the children or use disrespectful words, what happens? For that moment or for that day, they can be seen being active, but then the process is repeated. That is, the behavior pattern is repeated. So no one understands that why this is happening. So if we talk about the house, then there are irritable fights and ugly scenes because the parents don't understand why the children are behaving like this, and the children themselves don't know why they are behaving like this. So it's very sad, and especially if the child is kind of shy and reserved nature, then he suffers silently, and yeah, that is very sad. And then we see the same children enjoying with their pals and having a nice time dancing, enjoying the music, watching movies, and chatting, gossiping, checking their social media sites and all, and texting, WhatsApp, Snapchat, the things I'm saying. So we see that they also project their opinions on the social media sites, and if you observe it, you will see that their opinions are so smart and so intelligent. They can be aggressive sometimes, but it means that they are smart and intelligent. They are not that dull or non-responsive like we see them daily. But then it is not a continuous stream, it is intermittent. It sometimes happens and sometimes not, and that is also a question, that why there is so much flickering or fluctuation in their behavior. So let's start with the first heading, that is the time factor. So we all know how crucial time is, and that's how we hear the taunts from morning till night from everybody around us, that time is flying by and things like that. But have you ever realized that we don't ever feel our own growing up? our own aging until someone else does this for us. Maybe if you are in your 20s or something, and some young child that is maybe he is in his teens or maybe around 10 or something like that, and suddenly he says that in a party that excuse me uncle or excuse me auntie. So he is just a kid, so we cannot blame him for that. He can also call you big bro or says things like that. He might also call you that, but it suddenly sends you in a shock, in a terrified kind of just face expression that what, I'm not an uncle or auntie, and I'm not that big for a big bro or something. So then you realize that maybe I have grown a bit older. You might just shrug it off and not accept it, but as you grow a bit older, then many people might start calling that. And I have also seen kids who are just in their teenage, but because they don't do any exercise or they don't keep themselves well, so people think that they are at least 6 to 10 years older than their age. So these things you don't realize them yourself. Even if you see yourself 100 times in mirror or on your front camera of your mobile, even then you don't realize this. And when your parents taunt you that see, you have grown so big and still you can't keep your room clean, and you can't help the parents in the kitchen or at the shop, and you can't do these petty things, and you have grown so big, and then you are like, have I grown so old? I feel that I'm still young. Yeah, young boy or girl, and you might be. But if you just will close your eyes and think about it, then you will realize that even if you think that you are your age, you really don't realize that truly from your heart. And you might be thinking that I am dwelling too long on this particular thing, but this is the one of the root causes, that we don't realize that we are growing up, that time is ticking by. And that's why the things that people tell us, the people around us tell us, we don't have that effect of it on ourselves. I hope I made it clear. And it is not only about you guys, it's not only about you, it's with every human being. And there are some also there are some funny exceptions who may be 20, but they think and they behave like if they are in their 40s or 50s. So that's a funny thing. We are not talking about that. We are talking about this natural pattern of not being aware to the factor of time. I will explain you by an example. Say there is a important date coming up after 2 or 3 months. So it feels a long time is there. It might be a friend's birthday, it might be the date of your interview or your entrance exam or a marriage function or anything. And you think that, oh, there are 2 or 3 months left still. And then maybe 2 or 3 days earlier you realize, oh God, how the time has flied. I didn't realize it. How is it possible that 2-3 months have passed so quickly? But I'm not talking about 2-3 months, guys. Look at your age, whatever it is, 13, 14, 20, 25, whatever it is. Have you realized how soon you grew up, how time has flied, and how it will fly? Because That is the nature of time, and in no time you will realize that time has gone. It has gone from your hands like sand on the beach. I mean, when you hold the beach sand into your hands, it doesn't matter how lightly or how hardly you hold it, it still falls down from your fist. You cannot hold it, and you cannot hold water in your hands, it will fall down. So that's how time is. So guys, this is the time factor, and that's why when our elders tell us or lecture us about the value of time, we don't understand the gravity of what they are saying. And we are fit. I'm using the term we because, as we said, we are conversing with each other, so I'm also making myself stand in the same spot so that I can feel and then say. So of course you all are younger than me, but still, so we don't feel the gravity of what they are saying, and we never can imagine that one day we will also grow that old, because now we are feeling fit, but it is due to our age. Okay, it's not due to anything that we are doing that is healthy in our lives. So now the question is how to be aware of the time, because time is so crucial as we have come to know. So don't be discouraged. We can know time, and the method that I am about to tell you, you might have or not have heard it, or you might have not thought about it in the way that I am telling you. So as I already mentioned that I am not here to lecture you, we are exploring the problems and we are exploring the situations, and we will explore the solutions as well. We will not go with any ready-made solution. You have to explore your own solution for your own self. So I will be, reading from my diary from time to time because there are so many things which I can't remember. So we will be doing the exact opposite of time boxing, which Elon Musk and Bill Gates do, because we are not in that same boat. So time can only be known with the help of time. Whenever you get up in the morning or in the afternoon, then just look at the clock and see what the time is. I am not asking to make you feel guilty or anything. What I am telling you to do is without any thoughts. You don't have to think about it. For example, if you woke up at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, you don't have to feel guilty. I'm not saying that, guys. I am saying just look at the clock. Okay, so it's 2 p.m. that I got up. It's okay. And when you enter the loo with your mobile, then also see what is the time, and when you come out, then see what is the time. Okay, and don't think anything about it, just look at the time. When you do your exercise, if you do then start and ending time you should watch, as I just told you. Then same thing with bathing, for 2 to 3 times a week that you bathe, because I know you people don't take bath daily, most of you, so it's okay. Then leave the days obviously when you don't take bath. Okay, I mean, is it okay when you enter the washroom? Then you know the drill now. Then see, this is very important. See, at what time did you start surfing online? When you are using your mobile, I know you use it almost all the time in the day, maybe for your studies and for your entertainment and everything. So when you start surfing online, then also see what is the time, and when you end it, even for a short period, say for there is a gap of 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes, when you are again picking up your mobile to check, then see the time first and then do what you are doing, and then if when you're finished with what you're doing, then again see the time. I know this might sound so crazy and useless and crap for you now, but once you start doing it, you can start doing it out of curiosity, and yeah, just start doing it and then you will see what the results are. Don't feel guilty and don't think about it. So I'm telling you a joke now and I will read it because yeah. So there was a man who was sitting idle for very long. Then his friend observed him for many days. One day he asked, "Why do you sit idle like this?" He replied, "Time has wasted me. So now I am wasting the time. I am taking my revenge." So guys, this was a joke. Then repeat this process for your lunch, dinner, breakfast, whenever you are eating. And you don't need to maintain any records. Just do it. And slowly and gradually it will just come in your mind will be conditioned for doing this and you will start doing this. It will become your habit, just a simple habit. So, if you are not able to understand why I am telling all this, then please read the survey or just rewind this video and hear or see what I have told you. So, I am covering those weird or abstract or vague choices. I am trying you to gradually explore why that is happening. So now the next heading is to be aware of your activities throughout the day and every day. So we all love food and we all love junk food and we get it made at home and we order it online and we go out and buy it and come home and we really enjoy it. But guys, tell me honestly, do you really are able to taste that favorite food of yours? You will say yes when we love it and we bring it, we arrange for it, we eat it, then why will we not enjoy the taste of that food? It is so stupid question. But guys, let me know that as soon as your plate is there, don't you just take out your mobile and you do like this, or you are watching TV in front of you and there is you are just watching like that and eating and searching and eating. I mean, you know what I'm saying, but you never realized this before I said that, and even if you did, then you did nothing for that, you know. So what happens that you are partially right, that you do enjoy the taste of your favorite food but not the whole meal. You just enjoy the first few bites, maybe one or two or three or four, or maybe the ending bites you might enjoy, but then you don't know what you ate, how much you ate, what was the taste of it, and I think that is really so disrespectful to that favorite food of yours, that pizza, that burger, that hash browns, that paneer chipotle mayo sauce sandwich. Are you not disrespecting that food? So tell me, how important food is for our brain and for our whole body. Isn't it important? So we are eating food. I will not say even like an animal, like we are eating, because even the animals are concentrating on their food while they are eating it, and they chew it so well. um, it's only us humans that are not so aware what are we eating, how are we eating, in what posture are we sitting, and we are not even chewing it so well. I was watching this one video when it said, because I am trying to lose my weight, I have lost it and gained it so many times like most of you. So he was saying, the man was saying that if you do only this one thing, that, and it's not a new thing, you must have heard it 1,000 many times. So he said, if you chew your food 32 times per bite, then you will lose your weight without doing anything else. I have already started it, and because I have started it not too long ago, but maybe 20 days or maybe more than that. So I have not lost weight till now, because he also said that it will be a gradual process, so you have to keep patience for that, and you have to keep patience even after when you have given up your patience. So I'm trying to do that. So in the beginning it was like very frustrating and irritating, because in the time that I chew my one bite 32 times, I used to eat 3-4 bites. I mean, I finished my plate in 5 minutes, and everyone was like, "Arey, you just went for your meal and now you are back. What is the matter?" So now it was very frustrating and all, but now after so many days it has become part of my habit. And when you are eating, I don't watch TV, I don't use my mobile or anything, and trust me guys, I a hardcore addict. I mean, just like you. So don't think that I am lecturing you. I have been in the same boat, and that's why I know all your problems, and I also know the way out. So now it has happened that even if my mind has wandered to some other thought, but still my mouth keeps chewing, because now there is a recording in my mind that unless my food is grounded to a certain consistency, I'm not going to swallow it. And it has helped me in many other problems that I was having, like bloating and acidity and all, because I I was also a bit physically less active, because I was not well also, as you must have read in my post. Anyways, we are not discussing about that. So the other benefit of chewing your food 32 times every bite is that for that moment you are just eating and not doing anything else, because your mind is counting 1 to 32, so it's not thinking anything else. So it's also a big tool how to stay in the present, how to increase your focus, how to increase your concentration. So the full concentration is on the bite, on the counting till 32. and slowly you like the taste of the food because it stays in your mouth for so long and you love it. The other thing is that you eat less but you feel that you have eaten more. So that ways, even if you are eating junk food, you will enjoy the taste, you will eat less of it, and you will not need more of those colas and those drinks, because the junk food is mostly devoid of water, or it has very less water, and then we have to use those drinks to gulp down to swallow down that bite. But when we are munching it in our mouth for so long, then our salivary amylase and all that juices in the mouth mix up with those junk food, those dry bread things, and it becomes a little better. So you are getting that permission to eat that junk food, and but in a better way. So now what we have seen that when you are looking at your food and not on the different screens, then you are using your eyes, and when you are smelling that food, you are using your nose. When you are listening to that crunchy sound of those nachos, either you are just breaking it or you are chewing the crunchy sound of that nachos in your mouth, you are hearing it, and then you are using your tongue for so long to taste it, and then you are using your touch sense to pick up the food and take it to your mouth. So basically you are using your five senses in enjoying your food. It becomes pleasurable activity. And then when you are chewing your food 32 times, then you are using your brain to completely be involved in the process. And when you are chewing for that time and you are using your five senses, then the different juices are secreted in your body which are necessary for the digestion and assimilation of the food. So you see, this simple practice will help you that food be useful for your brain and body. And the side benefit, not the side effect, but the side benefit is that we are becoming aware of our activities. So now we will not only limit it to this, and when yes, so I have started it, and when I started all of it, it was like weird in the beginning, but then I also realized when we brush our teeth, we just did. Sometimes I don't even remember whether I brushed inside upper row or not, and all that. When you brush, look into the mirror and feel every stroke of the brush, and then you will realize that you are not brushing the same area repeatedly, and you will also realize that the time period has reduced, and you will be brushing your teeth early. And don't take it in a negative way, but when you are there about to poop and to pee, so it is also such an important activity of our life, because we have to excrete what is not beneficial for us. So because I have done all of this, so I know when you are with your mobile and pooping and doing things like that, then the emotions that you develop while watching whatever you are watching, it disturbs the excretion process, and that's why your stomach is not always that clear, because the concentration is not on that activity, and that is why you don't feel refreshed when you come out. And it is being proved, and you must also be knowing that stomach is the any what we say illness related to the stomach. No, most of the illnesses in the body are related to the malfunctioning of the stomach, or because the excretion is not properly done. That is, either the digestion is not good, and when the digestion is not good, then the excretory process will also not be that smooth, and we will have problems. And even those illnesses which we never dreamt of are also linked to this digestive and excretory processes. When you are there for taking bath, what we do, we just do it mechanically, or we are listening to some songs or whatever. I mean, the phone is our constant partner. It never leaves us. It is our true and eternal love. So just keep everything away for that time and just feel the water on your body. And wherever you apply soap, then see, I am applying soap here, and caress your body. When you apply shampoo, then caress your hair and feel, and don't keep repeatedly doing that on the same place. You will know what you are doing, where you are doing, how much shampoo you are using, how much you need really. I mean, and then when the water falls on your body, it is such a big thing. The cleansing property, the soothing property of water. Our body is made up of water, the biggest percentage. Even the bones have water. Leave everything else. You can check it on Google. I did all the homework before making all this. So the water, the water is life, guys. Water is life, and you are missing on it when you are taking bath. Just your bath is, whenever I am taking bath, I am my mind start wandering, and then I realized, oh God, I will be taking bath after 24 hours. I am going to miss this moment. And you guys, you take bath in twice a week, or let's not go deep into that. So what I mean is, you have to be actively involved in every activity which involves you. You are such an important person. When you climb your stairs, count the stairs. I mean, just make some innovations, your own improvisations. How can you be aware of every activity that you do? And it's not necessary that you do it 24 hours a day. You can do during some time boxes during the day, and once you start enjoying it, or it becomes a part of your habit, then it will automatically span throughout the day. Yeah. And most importantly, feel your breath. That is the easiest thing to be aware, to increase your awareness. Just feel your breath. You can do it anytime you want, except when you are driving. Don't do it then. Then just feel your breath, how your breath is moving, because as long as our breath is going on, then we are alive. That is the truth of life. And when you are talking to people, then we also do it that so mechanically, and we don't know what we are saying. We are not listening what the other person is saying. But now when you talk to someone, maybe he can feel that you are gone a bit like that. But when you talk to them, then really talk to them. Be with them in that moment, and not with something else. look at their face, look at their eyes, listen to them wholeheartedly, and you will see magic is happening. You will also realize that you are talking to somebody whom you are living with for so many years, but maybe still you don't know the color of their eyes or the color of their lips. It can be your mom, dad, brother, or someone else. And please try it today for with someone, and you will really enjoy. And try to hear yourself what you are saying, okay? And also listen to what they are saying. It will be such a magical experience. Now, before doing all this, you will ask, should I change myself? And everybody should ask this question and then only start doing all this. So I will tell you a joke about it. I will read it. A boy was sleeping in a village under a tree. A passerby stopped and asked the boy, "Why are you sleeping? Huh? Why don't you do some work?" Because he was a young boy with muscles, biceps and triceps. So the boy asked, "Okay, what will happen if I start doing some work?" So the man said, "You will earn money." And the boy asked, "What will I do with the money?" So the man said, "Oh God, you are so dumb. You can buy things of comfort." So the boy asked, so what will I do with those things?" And the man said, "You will lead an easy and comfortable life, silly." And the boy said, "That's what I'm doing now, babes. Now, bro." So, if you're happy with your life, then there is no need to change. But if you have guilt or sadness or anger later on, then there is something that is not right. Yeah, okay. If you have complaints about others all the time, their behavior and all, then there is something that is not right and something needs to be changed. You don't know why you are behaving like such, but believe me, those who are behaving in the way that is right from the eyes of society, they themselves don't know why they are behaving like such. So question is not about doing, it's about knowing. It's about becoming aware. The great burning question is, why don't you feel energetic? So I will give you a very simple solution for this, and I will also explain why I am giving you this solution, and you can start it right now without giving any second thought, and that is start now any outdoor sport. So I know these times are so testing. It's not possible to play all those games that you used to play so freely, but still I can tell you some options. You can also think about them yourself. So you can, if you can find a partner, then you can play badminton on your own terrace. Then it is the easiest, and you can use skipping rope, and you can also, what I play badminton, I play table tennis. I don't use skipping rope. I am so fat. I mean, when I will get a little thinner, I will also use that. And then I play cricket with 4 to 6 players from home, and we use the plastic ball because we cannot play with anything else on our terrace. There are some rooms around there, and we have broken so many window glasses, and we have broken tube lights and lights, and we have even destroyed that DTH radar, what is, I don't know what it is called. So we have uh, been we have been warned so many times from the family members. So then we started playing games which don't require any props. So we play games like chain, ice water, and we don't play hide and seek though. And we also play football with the same plastic ball that we used to play cricket. But it feels so fun and feels nice. So you can also devise your own ways how to be actively involved in some kind of outdoor sports, although you don't need to necessarily go outdoors out of your house. You can play them on your terrace or in some parking area, and you can see what space you got in your house. And don't give excuses, everything is possible. You can do it, I know you can do it. So now I will explain you why I am giving you this option of starting some outdoor game. The first thing that will happen is that any sports will let you know what are your current physical and mental limits, and it only will help you to raise them. When I started playing badminton, then my whole hand was like aching for a few days, and but now I can play for a longer time and I'm more active and things like that. And when you play sports, then the immediate action is that there is a secretion of good hormones like dopamine and serotonin, and you feel good and energetic instantly. There is no wait time. When you will go for the first time to play any sports, then you will be like limping, not exactly limping due to a disability. I mean, there will not be that much energy and your voice, let me talk like that. So you will not have that much energy in your body, and you will be like casually talking and walking with a slow pace. But when you will start playing, and gradually you will see that you will start making big shots, and after you have played, and there will be so enthusiasm and so much competition. This is a healthy competition to win and to play good. You will also realize if you are good at that game or not, what things you need to improve. Even if you have not played so well, then even after that, when you are coming back, you will see that there is a increased speed in your pace, and the energy is overflowing, and the mind also becomes very hyperactive, and you will see that you're so actively involved, and you will see, okay, now today let's eat this, today let's see this show, and you will start discussing so many things with such great zeal and zing, and you will be surprised to know, you might not be surprised to know, but the people around you, maybe your parents and all, they will think, oh god, the same kid who was lying on the bed like and now he is full of this zeal, and they will also love it. And you will realize yourself too that you are so bubbly and vibrant and energetic after that workout. Or the workout doesn't give so many benefits, it might give you a long-term benefit to keep you healthy and all, but sports is something different. And even a small time frame where you are able to play that sport, you will see it has been scientifically proved. I have made all the research work that that your focus increases for 2 hours, and just after you have come back from playing. And if you do it regularly, then your long-term memory starts increasing, guys. And I will tell you how. But before that, now we know the question itself is wrong. The question is, why don't you feel energetic? You are energetic, you are feeling energetic, right? And no, do you remember when we were kids, we used to play a game where a circle is drawn and then one handkerchief is kept and the two players bend down and then someone says something, I don't remember, and then one who picks up the handkerchief first wins. So what is this? This is the response time or the reaction time. So when you start playing games, sports, outdoor sports, then what happens? This response or reaction time decreases. Your brain becomes so focused, concentrated and active, and that helps in every sphere of life, whether it is your studies, your job, your relationships or anything. You will understand it when you start doing it and not before that. Psychologists at University of Michigan found that 1 hour spent outside increases the attention span and memory improves by 20%. So how does it happen? So I will tell you that there is a part of the brain which is known as hippocampus, and it is the center of the memory storage. I cannot read my own handwriting, that's really funny. So when we do this outdoor sports thing, that is we do a physical activity in which our brain, mind, everything is involved, in increases our heart rate, it helps in the transmission of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, neuroadrenaline, which boosts our mood and all. Then something else also happens, and that is hippocampus, which I just told you, it starts producing new brain cells. And guys, you can check all of it on Google. You can just cross check it, and increases its volume. The volume of the hippocampus is increased and the long term memory is increased, and so it solves most of your problems if such happens, and with so little effort. I mean, you need nothing and you also feel good. That is not a thing that you crave about. I don't like you crave about studying, but you will never crave about playing outdoor sports. You will love it. We all love it since our childhood, and now you will start feeling your own age and not like a lazy, no energy old man. And exercising or this outdoor sports helps you to remember new information. I mean, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, that your memory is improved, new brain cells are formed, you feel good because neurotransmitters are secreted, the happy neurotransmitters are secreted, and you increase your stamina, you build your muscles, you develop a sportsman spirit, you can think with a wider perspective. There are so many advantages, you can count more on your own. So now we have this tremendous bubbling and vibrant energy. So now, but where is the output? So the output will always be there when there is an input, and the input is what choices we make. So now we come back to the choices that we make as a student or a young adult. So I was having this conversation with a young girl who is doing her BTech, and I am sharing this conversation with her permission. So I was talking to her, and she is doing her BTech in computer science from a prestigious college. So I asked her, can you recall when you were given the first choice of subjects, at what age or in which standard were you given those choices? So she said, in the ninth standard itself, between science and commerce. So I asked her, why didn't you choose commerce? And she said, because she liked science. It's good. And she was young and had no idea how commerce was and or what commerce was. I said, okay, but what about the second chance that you got to choose the sixth subject? So there were so many new ones, she said. So she chose computer science because she liked it. I said, okay, but what about the third chance you got in the 11th standard, or that is 10 plus 2 kind of thing? She said, I liked science. I said, okay, but there was a choice. There was a choice available to you, that was the fourth chance that you got for the optional subject, like in 10 plus 2. Then she said, because I like computer science, so I chose computer science. So I said, okay, then what about the fifth chance that you got after 10 plus 2? Then why did you choose BTech? Because there are so many things that you can do in the field of computer science. No, you can do so many things. I hope you understand. So she said, because friends were doing the same and I liked computer science and I didn't try to find out other options. So now you see she has grown big. I think in 11th standard most of the children are mature enough. I'm not complaining about her. I'm just taking her example as a template for all of us. I've also made that mistake. But what I want is, I'm not condemning anybody for making these choices. I am just asking you that you can be aware of what choices you make at any given point of time in your life. I mean, don't regret about the past. You cannot change it. But when I'm discussing it, so now let's move on what we discussed. So she said, because friends were doing the same and I liked computer science, I didn't try to find out other options. I said, okay, so now you are in the fourth year. Have you mastered your computer science? Because placements have already started. She said she has worked seriously in the programming area. So she had joined some private coachings also for that, and yeah, she had practiced. She was very sincere in that, but not in the project area where you have to come up with a product. So I asked why, and she said, because it involves many things, while programming is simpler and easier, and it doesn't have so many components, different components. You have to do just one thing, while when you develop a project, you have to do so many other things. So what I want to tell you through this example or this conversation is that she got 5 choices and the 6th choice is now in the present. Now those company which will come for the placement, they will see that what post they need. So they will need few people for simple post and few people for those posts which will improve their brand image in the market, which will help to increase their business, which will help the company to grow. And those people will only be those who have done some work in developing a product. They have they have invested their time in the project area and not only in the programming. So which will make you different, which will make you have a all-round approach, which will make you take risks, which will make you capable of exploring new things, which will make you do the trial and error thing and learn from your experiences. So this is what decides that what pay package you will get, and what is your job security for the future. Say in this time, the companies are downsizing their staff, and we know that the companies keep only those who are all-rounders or are very important for the company itself, that is the company wants them. So you get what you do. I hope you understand. So life is giving you choices continuously, but you never grab them. Like in the example that I gave of that girl who didn't choose the project thing. In the project thing, you can be so creative. Your own personality can be reflected in it. There is so much scope to improvise, to build new ideas, to develop a new product which can be more effective, or it can be cheaper, or it can be user friendly. There are so many things to focus on, so you can be so creative. Now why don't we grab a different choice? Because the choice may be an easy one or a hard one, but we always presume that the new choice will be a harder one. And it doesn't even matter. For example, if you are playing a football game, so if there is no goalie there and you are continuously shooting goals in the goal, then will you enjoy your win? If you do win, because the other team will also have the same advantage, or if the other team doesn't have that advantage and you have, even in that situation you will not enjoy that win. Because when things are challenging, then you really enjoy, because you have to use all your faculties to face the situations. That is why the harder the choice, the greater the success, the more creative you can be. So as higher you go, then you will reap more benefits out of those hard choices. Now you will start complaining and saying that there is not so much scope for being creative, but I will give you so many examples I can give you, but I will give you a few examples. So there are so many plants that bear flowers, but there is so much variation in them. So that's how you are being creative in looking. That means you are being creative in just looking. You are open minded in that. And when new breeds come up of plants, that is the hybrids, using the cross breeding, there is no much effort in that, but the outcome is so beautiful. We are being just creative with nature only. And even at home, when you cook vegetables or pulses or any dish, you can cook them in a different manner, making minute variations each day, and the taste will have some variation each day. That's how you can be creative. When you paint, draw, make pieces out of clay, make a new tune, compose a new song or a poem, then, or if you're a teacher, you can teach the subject in a creative way to the students. So find what you can do in your own field to be more creative. Maybe others might also be doing a similar thing, but the creativity will be unique because it involves you, and because you are unique, so and it also means that creativity doesn't mean you have to be very complex. Even if you are simple, there are some simple things, even following those things you can be creative. And when you are creative, you forget all your sadness, fears and anxieties. You are filled with new ideas and energy, and time always falls short. So now we have plenty of time, but when you are creative, then 24 hours seem less for you. When you think of others, then your creativity involves more variations. That is, it is actually more and more creative. For example, if you are a florist, you will have customers who can have so many different choices of what flowers they like, giving you so much choices to experiment with. So I gave you some examples how can you be creative and stop making excuses. So now we have energy and we have made the right choice, or maybe we are just making up our mind to make the right choice or a new choice or a different choice or a creative choice, whatever. But then how do we sustain our energy? For that we should know how do we waste our energy. So if we stop wasting our energy, then our energy will be automatically sustained. So I will tell you with an example that is a kind of weird and funny example, so be ready for that. Say if you have 50 dishes in front of you, and 50 or 100 dishes, and then you start eating, and then you take a bite from that and that and that and that and that and that and the mouth is full, okay, and still some dishes are left. So one way is that you gulp it down without chewing, or you chew them. So in both the cases, when you gulp down, even in that case you don't feel the taste of anything, and when you chew, then all the tastes are intermingled and you don't know which dish tastes what. And the third option is your mouth is full and you can vomit all of that out, right? Now that's what happening with us. We are exposed to so many things. Let me count them for you. You already know that, but so these are the dishes. So it's WhatsApp, Instagram, FB, Tinder, Twitter, Snapchat, cake, porn, Telegram, TikTok, video games, notification beeps, online shopping, calls, Google Feeds, movies, shows, newspapers, and everything is full. No? So, average person has 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. Of these, 80% are negative and 95% were exactly the same repetitive thoughts as the day before. If you didn't know that, then I am telling you. So our energy is scattered over all around us, right, in different things. So we feel we have no energy. That's what we feel. That's why we just keep lying down. But we had, it was just wasted, or say it was not utilized in a meaningful way or manner. Now You can be an atom bomb or a nuclear bomb, but you are left like a stale firecracker which doesn't even light up, guys. We are behaving like an animal who moves when it is whipped, and then it moves only for that distance or for that time period, and then it's back to itself. So why are we all doing or behaving like this? Because of one thing, that is, do you know who really you are? And let me explain it by giving an example. If you look around you and observe the things which have life in them, like the tree, the birds, the fish, the animals, and you will see that the trees are fixed in a place. They can grow vertically, or some plants can grow horizontally as well. And the fish can swim in water, the birds fly in the air, the cheetah runs on the land. But what about us, guys? We can do all of these. We are the highest form of evolution on this planet, and with our sharp brain, our thinking power, we can achieve all of these. So we have that superpower, that super intelligence, that super capabilities. We can dream, and we can change the dreams into reality, can't we? You have no limits at all. You can climb the mountains running, okay? And you can conquer vast oceans. You can change the whole world. Why are you sleeping? You are that mountain river which cuts the boulders and rocks that fall in its place, and it makes its way out of them. It doesn't stop, and you are like that. You are life itself, guys. You are life itself, and that is the answer. So, feeling charged up? But for how long? We will be back to that kind of pattern that we used to think. And how do we think? The first problem with all of us is that we know all answers. We know everything. So there is no sense of amazement, there is no sense of curiosity, there is no sense of being surprised. Nothing seems novel to us. We say, so what? In everything, or okay in everything. Isn't it? We are stagnant and static at the level of our thinking. We don't try to think differently. We don't try to think beyond a set pattern. And we accuse society, family, and other education system and things like that for all of it. But is it benefiting you? Complaining about all of these. Have you noticed in exams some questions are very complex and we need more concentration? Your experience says if you waste time on them, you will miss many more questions due to time constraint. Yeah, that is true. That happens with all of us. But have you noticed that these complex questions carry more marks? Even if you do few questions carrying 1 or 2 marks, you are still at a loss. Why? Because due to our habit, we solve simple questions and later either leave the complex questions or try them in the last When time is less, stress level is high and the focus is lost. Am I wrong? If we practice these complex questions daily, we can acquire some expertise, or at least we can have the idea of the complexity and not be daunted by it in the final exams. If you want only good marks and not expertise or skills, then remember that life will always give you only numbers, and it will never give you the zeal, energy, sense of achievement and satisfaction that is critical for being happy and inspired. The things that you love, you don't do them, isn't it? Because you are not confident that they will look glamorous. So this is the trap, this is the net that is, we are stuck in that, That's why you do things that look glamorous but might not inspire or interest you from deep within. Now you are working for name, fame and money, but with zero interest. But why can't you be the best in what you love and still earn name, fame and money out of it and have 100% interest in it? So guys, the last heading would have been how to find your interest, but I will make a separate video on this because I want to have your feedback. How do you feel about this whole video, which is so long? I will try to put the timestamps in the description box with the heading that this is the heading and this is the timestamp for it. Then you can just skip to that particular timestamp, or you can watch the whole video. So I will first have your feedback and then I will make the video on how to find or create your interest. So guys, that was it. Please give me your feedbacks and then I will meet you in the next video. Till then, bye and Jai Shri Ram.